What's good, my peoples? This story is gonna take a little minute. I gotta get something off my chest here. And the thing is, I really wonder, is mankind, or what? That's really a deep question. I don't know where this is going. So, if you're not in the mood to hear this story right here, I'm coming straight from work, then you might as well just, cut the video off right now. But if you want to hear this is a confrontational video right here. Very confrontational. It's like from the point of 1 to 10, this is like a level 11 on the meter. I'm coming home from work. It's 6:38. And rush hour. I've been taking the subway. I've been living in New York for 20 years now. I've been taking the subway for 35 years now. Everybody knows when it's rush hour, how packed it can be. And I don't know if you ever seen China, how China's subway system is, but China's subway system, they pack them in like sardines, literally. They have the people on the station like work on the outside, literally pushing and packing people in so they can fit like side by side in the subway. Now I'm 2 stops away from my house, from my apartment, and someone gets on the train and by like 23rd Street. So, long story short, so many people, I went through so many different stops. This is my second train that I'm riding, and it's not really that many stops on either trains. Just maybe 3 stops on one train and maybe like 5 stops on another train. So it's really short, really fast ride. So I'm standing by the door, but it's packed, and I'm scooched in, and people are going by, they're doing their thing, going in, people went out, now people are coming in. So all these people come in, maybe it's like 2 more people that have to come in or something, maybe 3, whatever. Very packed. So this guy, I'm 6'2". This guy had to be at least 6'3". 6'3", 6'4". He's a little taller than me. And he pushed me and said, "Come on, guy. What's the matter with you? Get out the way. I'm trying to get on the train here." Well-dressed gentleman, just like myself, coming from work. Except for, I got short sleeves on today. He had on long sleeves. Pants, belt, professional attire. So, I'm like, looking at him like, not even saying anything. And he's like, "What's the matter with you, man? Gosh, I can't believe it. Are you kidding me?" And he's like, I guess to himself, he's telling me off. So I kind of like look around the train, and I see people looking at the whole situation. Us New Yorkers, that's one thing about us. We like to witness things, and if something really jumps off, we'll take the phones out and we'll start recording. You see your boy in the news like in a minute. So what happened was, I'm standing there, and the guy now, he's in my face now, and he stands right, because there's nowhere to go. So he stands in front of me, and he takes his right arm though, and he crosses like in front of me, and he's holding it with it like sticking out. My head is like right over here, and he's like sticking his arm out now, and he's like looking at his phone. So the funny part about that is just to have you visualize to be there. He's, I don't know if you witnessed, but sometimes you have to look at the underlying situation with certain things. And sometimes people want to take your position. They want to be you. They want to try to belittle you to make themselves feel bigger. Now, I'm a free-spirited, love people. I love everybody. But just like a lot of people, don't F with me, man. I say, don't F with me, because I can be an angel or turn around and be your worst nightmare. I'll never be a devil. So I'm standing there. He got the arm up in my face. I kind of glanced over. I see people looking. And I'm just like standing there like innocent look. And the thing is, he's right here. And I'm looking past him. Not even looking at him. Just looking straight past him. There's things to look at. Like, I'm reading a sign or something like that. So I'm not paying him any attention. I don't mind. I don't care what he does. It's New York. So it's the subway. So then he looks over and he starts like yapping off again. So I said, listen, man. I said, let me explain something to you, sir. I said, no, I'm sorry. I said, let me explain something to you, brother. He said, first of all, I'm not your brother. I would never want to be your brother. I said, well, brother, I'm sorry, but if you really have an issue with being so packed and not having your own space here, you need to get a car, man. This is New York, man. It's a subway. So he starts yapping off, whatever. I said, listen, man. I said, let me explain something to you. I said, seriously? I said, you arguing with yourself, brother. I told you I'm not your brother, he said. I told you I'm not your brother. I would never want to be your brother. I said, all right, sister. He got to that point. Like I said, elbow up. He, flying off. If I had hair, my hair would be flying back. But, so I said, all right, sister. Now I get into the mode where this is not cool here. I said, one of the biggest problems in the world today is what's going on right now. I said, we all brothers, man. We men, right? We brothers. Nah, I would never want to be your brother. I'd rather be your sister. I said, all right, sister, you called it. All right, sister. And I left it alone. Flying off again. I said, listen, miss. You're arguing with yourself, miss. And I'm looking forward, not paying them any attention. We get to the next stop. And here's where it gets good. We get to the next stop, people getting off the train. Now, I'm standing there, and he steps on my feet, both of my feet, and pushes me. I don't move. I'm a brick, I'm a rock, I'm just standing there. And he stands like literally like on me. Like if he could get inside me, he would be inside me. So I'm standing there and I'm looking forward. And I'm looking like, past his head, not even eyeing, not cutting my eye towards him or nothing. I'm just standing there with him standing on both of my feet, nudging me and everything. And I'm just looking, and I just glanced around the train, and I noticed everybody looking, and the looks that the people had on their face was priceless. You know how you can tell if people, you can always tell like when you look at the crowd, and the crowd will always let you know whether you're right or you're wrong. And the crowd was looking and shaking their heads at him like the situation, like, I can't believe this guy. So I said, this is going to be an interesting one here. I'm just trying to go home. So as he gets off me and stands in his position, and there's plenty of space now because people was getting off, like I believe it was 2nd Avenue or something. Everybody was getting off the train. There was still a lot of space here and stuff. And he looks at me, with his glasses on, and he's like staring hard at me, and he's shaking his head. So once again, I like glance at everybody in the train, and they're like giving me that look like this guy is really something else. So I said, this is where I lost it, y'all. This is where I lost it. You might want to pause right here and go get some popcorn or something like that for this. So that's when I said, it's a whole bunch of ways I can handle this. I see this situation go a lot of different ways, a lot of times escalates. At the end of the day, somebody has a weapon or whatever. Somebody's going to jail. If they live, hospital. If they live, it's just not turning out right for anybody. So he's just like says something to me after looking at me hard, and I said, you know what, sister? I said, didn't I tell you before? You're arguing with yourself. You're acting like a little bitch. That's why you want to be my sister. And I said, just like I told you before, we're men, supposedly. I know I'm a man. I'm a real man. And I'm red-blooded. Hopefully you are too. I don't know. He said, what's that supposed to mean? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. And I probably said some other things and stuff like that too, but I said some real cool level-headed stuff because I'm not like one to fly off the range like that and stuff. Like, I'm into martial arts. I used to teach Tai Chi and a little Taekwondo. I don't like to really talk about it, but actions speak louder than words. And the best way to win a fight is to avoid a fight. That's the best way to win. So take that note. But so now I'm explaining to him that I said, well, you know what? You don't understand what that means. And then he starts saying some childish things and stuff, and I'm like, just think about it tonight, man. I said, I'm not here to explain nothing to you. It's not my job here. You go home and you contemplate on this whole situation. And I turned and smiled and looked right past him. Not in his direction. He's over here. I looked past him and just held my book bag, my knapsack, and I just minded my business. And, I glanced at everybody and stuff again real quick. And people was like, nodding their heads and stuff like that or whatever the case. And when it came to my stop, because like I said, I was only a couple of stops away. This really happened. Things happen fast. In 2 seconds, your life can be changed in 2 seconds. So as I was getting ready to get off, I started to say something else before I got ready to get off. But you know what? Like I said, I'm an angel all day. I'm positive all day. I don't know if anybody else could have took somebody purposely standing literally on, like his whole feet was on my whole frontal parts of my feet, almost heels scraping my front part of my leg, my ankles. But I just said, you know what? Actions speak louder than words. Keep my head up. Keep my pride. I know a lot of people like to walk over people. And that's one of the big deals where is mankind and are we animals?